Hello and welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a flip through of the Disney Girl Power colouring book. This is by Hachette Heroes. It's the mini block, so it's A5, you can tell by the size of my hand. If you're familiar with these block pad colouring books from Disney, from Hachette, this is like the A4 version for comparison. So let me just, yeah, so you can see the difference in size there. Well, half the size. Okay, so there are 60 images in this notepad. I will just say before we get started with the flip, if you are here because you have the A4 size of Girl Power and you want to find out if the same images are inside, then give me a thumbs up right now, because I'm about to answer your question before you have to watch the whole video just to find out the answer. Basically, apart from the size and the fact that the images are in a different order, this book is the same colouring book as the A4 version. So if you have the A4 version of Girl Power, then yes, this is the same book but half the size. So there are still reasons to get this version of it, because the A5 size makes it much more time friendly when it comes to colouring in. Obviously the images won't take so long to colour in, and also it gives you a duplicate because some of the images are lovely, so if you enjoyed colouring it the first time, you might want to colour it again. But anyway, I've just answered your question and saved you some time. But if you're here for the flip, then let's get started. Okay, so we just have the opening page there. There is a small bit of blurb here. It is all in French. This is a French book, so I did learn French at school many years ago. I wasn't very good at it anyway. I can't read it. You'll have to Google it if you want to know what it says, because I can't help you. Okay, so we have Mulan. The images are single-sided. If you have the A4 books, then the paper quality is the same as those as well. It is, all intents and purposes, an identical book, with the exception, another Mulan, with the exception of how the book is bound. If you have the A4 books, you will know that they are glue bound at the top in the notepad style, and you can basically tear out the pages if you want to remove them from the book. If you don't want to remove the book from, if you don't want to tear out the pages, unfortunately the book falls apart, whether you want it to or not, because the glue binding isn't designed for much wear and tear. We have Snow White. This book doesn't look like it will do that because it's been glue bound slightly differently. I'll show at the end, but yeah, this is a much more robust book. It's probably good for travelling if you want to take something away if you're out and about, because obviously the smaller size means it'll fit in your bag a lot easier. Ariel. I love this one. I like pictures that are framed. But yes, the smaller size, I mean, this is the reason why I got the smaller size, because I take so long to colour in. We got some horizontal ones. I take so long to colour things in sometimes that the smaller size does suit me. Oh, it's fighting me, come on. Penelope. But yeah, being single-sided, if you want to use alcohol markers on some of these, you can. Obviously these ones have quite small details, so I'm not sure. The alcohol markers, you could maybe try it with the extra fine tip points, but you'd need to be very careful. Obviously the pictures underneath need to be protected if it bleeds through, but alcohol markers can sometimes feather out as well outside the lines, and a lot of these line arts, they're not very thick, they're quite fine grey. So perhaps not ideal for alcohol markers. I don't know, it might just be me. I like seeing things in French. It's like I've always wanted to buy Johanna Basford's Secret Garden, because in French, because the title sounds so much cooler. I love Rapunzel. This is the picture on the front cover for all intents and purposes. We do have a few wallpaper pages in here. It's not many, I think it's maybe 4 or 5. I'm not a fan of wallpaper pages, so it makes me sad to see them, but there's so few, and the rest of the images are such high quality that I'll let them off. I like that, it's almost a black background, that. And I do love me some black backgrounds. The other nice thing about this is it's girl power as opposed to it being focused just on princesses. So we do have other characters in here. They are mostly the princesses and the heroines of the films. But as you'll see near the back, we move into the villains section. And the sort of side characters. And it's really nice to see some unusual characters in there. Pocahontas. I love this picture. I mentioned this in my haul video, that I can really see this image, the Notre Dame window in stained glass, and will probably be one of the first ones I do. Probably in gel pens, that would make it nice and sparkly. But yeah, it's nice to see characters like even like Esmeralda, who doesn't appear in a huge amount. Same as Megara. I loved Hercules. I love the music from Hercules. It's a great soundtrack, that. I listened to the soundtrack more than I've seen the film. Another wallpaper page full of Tinkerbell. Love how her wings, that's going to be a fun effect to do. Have her wings shimmering over the top of the images. They've even greyed it out to indicate that you should be doing the colours in here lighter. So that's a nice sort of colouring tip without it being obvious. Okay, so we have Ursula. Ursula. They like Ursula in this book. We have a few of her. Ursula. Cruella. And yet some of the more unusual villains. So we've got Madam Mim. She was that Sorcerer's Apprentice, or I can't remember. Yeah, it was, wasn't it? We have Maleficent or Maléfique. See, everything sounds better in French. Maléfique. Sorry about the road sweeper deciding to go past right now. We have I can't remember her name, from her 101 Dalmatians. The clue is in the border. If I didn't know what film she was on, that was a bit of a giveaway. Wallpaper page. Wallpaper page. Sergeant Calhoun from Wreck-It Ralph. We have the Ugly Sisters. And we have, I can't remember her name. Was she in the Rescuers, one of the Rescuers films? I've not seen that one very much, and when I did, it was a very, very long time ago. I think that's what she's from. This one I love. It's Ursula in her human form. We've got the tentacles though to give us the clue. But yeah, really like that picture. Incredibles. From Ratatouille. And we have a wallpaper page. Is that the last one? One more. I'm sad that they didn't give her her whole picture, because I love her. But they just gave us a wallpaper. And then, is this the last one? Yeah, so this is the last one, and we have the little fairies. Then we have the copyright pages, the illustrations by Cappuccini Sauvignon. Sorry if I've said your name bad. As I say, I didn't do very well in French. And then this is the back cover. One thing I will mention, I think I did refer to it earlier in the video, about the slightly different style in how it is bound. The A4 books with the tear off sheets that fall apart by themselves. This is different because if you look at how the cover is done, it's roughly about a centimetre, a bit around around a centimetre of the cover is stuck to the outside of the book to secure the pages inside. So this doesn't have the same feeling that the book will fall apart, or even that you can tear out the pages easily. You would have to X-Acto knife it out. So this is more of a traditional bound book and not the glue bound books that fall apart. So I hope you enjoyed that flip through. If you did, I'd appreciate a thumbs up, and yeah, subscribe to the channel if you haven't for more flip throughs and other things to come. Thanks for watching, take care, and see you again soon. Bye.